Thank you.
Next.
Before we go to the next speaker, I want to say we have a lot of requests, over 40 requests. So we will be giving everyone 3 minutes to speak. When the timer goes, before you finish, you finalize very fast. So if you are there, you heard me. If you are not there, you're going to hear it now. My worry is, I think when we went to the streets yesterday, we had different agendas. And that has been something that dragged us behind. Number two, we were also expecting a lot on the same day. Why? Because the last week protests were last week Tuesday's protests were very successful. We managed to occupy parliament like we had planned, and we managed to pull down the finance bill. We managed to give to pressure the president to pull down the finance bill, which he did. So tulikuwa tunafikiria maybe yesterday pia tungemanage kufanya president atoke kwa ofisi in one day. That was I think we were carried away by the sweetness, so we thought hizo vitu zote zingefanyika in one day. It cannot happen. This revolution is not going to happen in one day. It's not going to be achievable in one day. It's going to take time before tufike mali tunataka kuenda. So people might get tired, wengine might drop along the way and everything. Another thing, I believe if you are not in a government, if you are not in the maybe Security Council or anything in the forces right now, amongst us here, you don't know what the government is planning. And that is why where they beat us. Why? We don't know their plans. For us, all of us, we've been coming here airing out our plans, tunasema tumejipanga aje, tunafaa tufanye nini. And that has been our downfall, because tunaenda in a war ama kama ni game, but kwa hiyo game the opponent ashajua all our tactics that tunaenda nayo kwa hiyo game. You cannot win. We cannot win. Hata kama ni a football match, yeye ashajua venye wao umejipanga, anajua nani anaanza kuwako and all that. They know who to mark, they know what to do and everything. Again, wamekuja na tactics ya kutudivide. They are dividing us, tunajipiga vita wenyewe hapa timeline. Unapata mtu akishasema kitu anaanza kukisiwa umbo and all that. What if mwache kuengage hata huyo mtu mna feel maybe anawa divide? You'll move on peacefully, mtaendelea na revolution yenu. But for us, tunataka kupigana vita wenyewe azao as they strategize their house. For us who are in Kenya, wenye tuko Kenya, wengine, they come here, wanakuambia unasenda huko nipate hata from mwenyewe hayuko. And then, mimi niko huko niko like, hao walikuwa wanachochana tunawaindi. Again, that in a drag people behind. People start feeling like, wengine wana insight watu at the comfort of their homes, wanataka wengine waenda wapigania wakufie. People won't turn out. So I think we kama ni strategy, tunataka kukuwa na strategy ya kuwini revolution. Hatufai kukuwa tunakuja hapa kila saa ni kuexpose those strategies, kila saa kuexpose those strategies. Talking is not bad, kuongelea ills zenye zinafanyika is not bad, but sharing our strategies everywhere. People are here in the government who are listening so that they can strategize. Sisi, we are not listening to what they are planning against us. That is why kuwin inaweza ingetake, because our washajua what we are planning. So I think going forward pia tunafaa kukuwa smart. Kila mtu pia sikuwe na plan. I think everyone right now has a plan. Everyone. Ikuwe ni a 10 million strong plan, ikuwe ni nini. So tukuwe too smart going forward. Yeah, we can share our grievances, we can vent, we can share the strategies, but in a way pia that they don't read what our next move is. So tukiendelea, the timer starts. We will take 3 minutes per person because requests ziko hapa mingi. Joel, your hand was up first, ulikuwa, then you dropped, you said your speaker, your internet, you had lost audio.
I'm good.
Joel, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. Your 3 minutes starts now.
I have so much to say for 3 minutes, but I'll try. Thanks for giving me the chance. You spoke very well, by the way, Kowino. Last night I was listening to you, and I think I even sent you a message to say umeongea vizuri sana. What I have been sitting in this spaces, first of all, I'm not a Gen Z. I'm a parent of a Gen Z. I am fed up with this pick because when I attend these spaces, everybody's talking about we need to, we should, we ought to, how about we do this? And there is no follow-up or follow-through action. Obviously, we are faceless, leaderless, so nobody is owning anything. And I think also the lack of leadership, visible leader, is also a disadvantage. As much as one may refuse to admit, there needs to be a leader, but if I think there is a way that we can combine having no leader with having a leader, where you have like what the Mau Mau had. By the way, I'm also a history enthusiast. The Mau Mau had a war council. In the war council, some of the leaders were known, like Dedan and General Madenge were known. But down the chain, amorphous. So at the grassroots, people did not know much about the leaders. And we have technology now. We have Twitter. We can have, what are they called? Pseudo accounts, no phone numbers exchanged. The government will not know who is, who are the people who are rallying the crowds. But anyway, I would like to address hosts first. Afrocentric, I think there are other hosts who have been eminent in these protests: Kimuzi, Osero, Afula, Pipita, Jelani. I feel that everybody is running with their own spaces, but there is no unitary messaging. So in one space last week, people were saying, let's meet at UN. Another space, let's meet at State House. The reason why I think we were successful on Tuesday last week, Siege Parliament. So there was, everybody rallied or galvanized around a single target. And as you know, the tip of the spear is as tough as the weight behind the sharpness. A toothpick is sharp, but it's nothing. So everybody rallied around Parliament, and that is why that tip of the spear had a lot of weight, and there was focus, which is the sharpness I'm talking about, and everybody came to Parliament, and that is why we were. I am more of a strategy person, like I said. I think there are a lot of things that we should be doing. So, for example, I don't know why. We should have more parliaments to storm. I'm saying parliaments in quote. The IMF, the World Bank, the US Embassy. Let's dump coffins. Let's dump bloods of pigs or something symbolic to make a statement. I don't know how many of you guys realize the ramifications of the US of that to the US elections, especially when you go to the US Embassy. I'm not saying we storm it because it's sovereign. You can't storm an embassy. People will die. The US Marines will shoot you. But I'm just saying that if we rallied to the US Embassy and we protested and we laid coffins symbolic, that will help put pressure on the president, especially now that the US is, just months away from their national elections. We need to have allies everywhere. Let's have the media with telephoto camera lenses to zoom in on the goons. Let's splash those photos. Let's ask, do you know this goon? Send me their number. Who does he work for? We need, I'm more of a strategy person, and I think 3 minutes, I had so much to say on this call, including a response to what the lady said about the military, because I also am in touch with some people. It's not the president who ordered the military, I can assure you that. But I think maybe Kowino, Afrocentric, maybe I'll get a chance to speak elsewhere at some point. I have so much to say regarding specific strategies, but thanks for the opportunity.
Get another chance, even probably before the space ends. Next, Revolution. Your hand has been up for a while. Your 3 minutes starts now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. And I don't think I will say so much. I have a few things that I want to mention. These distractions, these diversionary tactics, the government is not going to, and I want to say to those who are thinking that we should back off, then you don't know why you are here. And it should come to our minds very clear. Let us don't think that only CBD is Kenya. This is bigger than just Nairobi CBD. The first day I protested in the CBD, jana nilikuwa Kisumu. It does not have to be that you only think of being in the CBD. Because that is how we will be strong. But we cannot back off at this point. If you don't know how Ruto managed to win, or to get out of the ICC, it is because after things cooled down, he started getting those people one by one. And he ended up that he finished all of them. That is why there was no, people to be there as witnesses. And that is why that thing was like, it is just put aside. because there are no witnesses. We cannot allow Ruto to get away with this. These are diversionary tactics. These are threats. These are things. We knew very well that it will come to this point that we are infiltrated and things like that. We should be focused. We have, we should employ very, very many tactics that can make us move forward. But we cannot, and I can say fuck you to those who are saying that we should back off. Where are we backing off to? Should we back off at this point? Well, even yesterday you hear they are increasing their salaries. Where are we heading to? What do you people think when you are saying that we are backing off? Backing off to where? And I mean, I sometimes get so angry. I don't want to speak so much, like I said, but we are not backing off to anywhere. And let me tell you people, right now, even if you say you back off, you will back off. But those people who mentioned, even Hanifa said that people should not go back in the street. Right now, he's quiet. She's quiet because people are still going on the street. Let me tell you, even if you say here that people should not go on, to the street, you will see people on Thursday tomorrow. You will see people because people are tired. People are tired. So kindly, please, if you think that you are so tired, stay at home. This will continue. This will continue. And there is nothing that is going to stop us. I just want to thank you people, those who have started, those who, have been in this struggle ever since we started. At least we don't see the sirens. We don't see the flags all over. We don't see, people are coming back to their senses that the power belongs to the people. But this is not the time to back off. I will not say much than that, but thank you guys. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Revolution. Again, just to kusaidia probably people who say that people should back down. I don't know what they really meant, but I don't think they said that people should just down their tools completely. I think people wanted us to have a clear strategy before we take the next course of action. Personally, I was in the protest yesterday and I saw what happened. People were really looting. The police were shooting at protesters, throwing tear gas at them. But what was happening is they were not concerned with people who were looting other people's property at all, at all. No police whatsoever tried even to arrest one of the looters. That shows you that the government had a strategy. Probably we didn't have one, or a clear one, and we didn't anticipate what was going to happen. Next, we have Jason, then Odera. Jason, your 3 minutes starts now.
Thank you very much for that, and I want to appreciate those that have already contributed. I think what's really coming out clear is that there is need for refining the strategies that are being used, and also trying to create some kind of synergy and synchronization of the kind of message that we are taking out there. I have, just like most different groups, different, of course, spaces, you can realize that really we have almost similar end goal, but the approach seems to be different and the messaging seems to be different. So probably one of the in-house approaches is try to see how can we really create some kind of synergy in all these groups so that we don't look like we are all pursuing a different thing. So that if we say this is the way we are going, we are speaking in one voice, and that probably is going to add more. On the aspect of IEBC, obviously, we know exactly why it was put on hold. The commissioners had already been appointed. They'd, I believe, advertised so that people can come for the interviews. But then, because of the NADCO, story, that was stopped, and I think there were some kind of concessions that were made. But that report has not gone beyond, just being a report. So, and I think that's the area where you can push through to see that maybe, of course, the due process has to be followed. There has to be, a commission. There has to be interviews. There has to be, recommendations. There has to be appointment. There has to be go back to Parliament. I mean, all that kind of stuff. So that's the point. I mean, I think the other thing that has probably been a little bit more clearer in terms of the push, which I believe, and maybe I can request, is that really, when we are talking about Ruto must go, it's important that we look at it maybe in a broader perspective so that it doesn't look like it's being personalized. And I'm not against those who are calling for Ruto going literally, but I'm also thinking that the practicality of it, and of course, the way that we end there, it's one thing that something has not come out clear. That's why people are saying that, are we talking about Ruto must go symbolically, or are we talking about Ruto must go literally? So if it's symbolically, then what are we asking? We need to have the debt audit within, or appoint a very independent auditors to audit our debt, and then we move forward. Yeah, okay, all right. So I'll leave it at that. But what I'm saying that let's start having like very simple, practical, implementable demands, of which are going to build on why we rejected the finance bill. We rejected because we didn't think that we need to fund or to pay the debt. So then what do we do? Let's audit the debt and know exactly what we owe. And then we go to something else. And of course, justice for the comrades is that we want to see all those that were out there killing our comrades brought to book, and we need to see prosecutions, we need to see compensations and things like those. I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity. God bless.
Thank you. Again, I want to say this. Probably, this is just me thinking out loud. We might say Ruto must go, but maybe it's not going even as soon as we think. Maybe he'll go during the 2027 general election. Again, the reason why the Nusu Mkate government probably worked, or the president didn't have so much powers, is because there are a lot of opposition MPs in parliament, and people who could not be corrupted would stand for the people. So when we have the Kenya Kwanza MPs, or MPs who can be compromised in parliament, then the president has so much powers and strength in parliament. I'll leave it at that. Odera, how are you, brother?
I'm good, Kowino. Thanks, Afro, for hosting this space. I'll try and be brief. I don't want to say things that have been said. Miriam asked about formulating policies to remove the president. We cannot formulate and we cannot implement policies to remove the president. That is already taken of Kenya. And the constitution said that we can remove the incapacitated.